Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Victorioso Reviews channel. I hope that you enjoyed the previous video and I think you're gonna enjoy the second one. These glasses are of my wife and I said give it to me to use it. Because if you have a sun that is burning your eyes, you need to use all available sources to deliver the best video content for you. Yes, you in the backstage that most probably right now is drinking a tea or eating a sandwich. So stay with me for additional information about the car because it will be interesting. Or at least I'll try to make it interesting. Today we're gonna speak about the car that is not anymore manufactured in Europe and United States and Australia. But you can still find new variation and the new models in Japan. Today we're gonna speak about best car in class, money value, that give you enough trunk space and plenty of space of interior in order to use it in a day-by-day life. Today we're gonna speak about the Nissan Note, the almighty and full space mini MPV. It's a hatchback, but also considered as a mini MPV in the United States and in our part of the world because of the interior size of car can offer. The first car was manufactured in 2004 and went on sale in 2005 in Japan. Today we have for the review the fourth generation of the Nissan Note, or Nissan Note Verso as you may know it in the United States or Australia. Today Nissan Note is a special one. It's not the simple version, the Nissan Note X that you can buy average here in Cyprus or average is bought in Japan. Today we have the Nissan Note S package. That means different engine power and different interior coverage. I'm gonna provide you with technical specification of the car. I'm gonna explain you the difference between the power output based on the packages that you choose on the car. I'm gonna show you the interior features that you can get with this package. Also, I'm gonna provide with information from my personal experience about what does it mean to own this type of car and how fun is it to drive it day by day. I'm gonna walk you through all the necessary information that will help you to decide if you need this type of car or not. This car was loved and is still loved by millions. In Cyprus, by example, it is one of the best sellers. And you know why? Because of the money value and what it's offering. From outside, you can think that this car is a small car, but inside has a plenty of space, even more than any other sedan now available, except the high-end cars. But to make a comparison with the previous model that we have here and the new model that we have here, the new model looked more prettier, more sporty, more aggressive, more good looking than the previous one. The previous one was a little bit more round up to make a comparison with the new one. Also, if you see in the new model we have a lot of additional chrome materials that somehow will let you know that you are driving the newer version of the Nissan Note and not the previous one. So Nissan is trying to make you feel better. As I said previously, the Nissan is trying to make as much as possible economy on the construction of their cars. And if you see the headlamps, they are very similar to the previous one. I could say that the headlamps, they didn't change at all. They used the previous version one. They just made the facelift of the front grille that is already different, and they added more additional chrome to the car. So let me tell you about the engines that are mounted in the Nissan Note that are coming from Japan. This is a Renault Nissan engine, a 3-cylinder Renault Nissan engine, but please do not run. This is a good engine and that will drive for long time. As somebody will say, the future is behind the 3-cylinders engine because we have the turbocharged, etc., and in the end is giving more power output for even less size engines. At the beginning, I said that there are differences in the power output that you can have with the Nissan Note based on the package that you buy. So here we have the Nissan Note XD gas package. In overall experience, or based on what is sold on the Bazaraki, this is like a specific website in Cyprus where you can buy everything, and the majority of the cars that are sold in Cyprus are the Nissan Note X version. What does it mean for the power output of the engine? That means that the car has only 79 horsepower output. This one all through, it's the Nissan Note XD gas and have the power output of 98 horsepower. And believe me, the difference in 19 horsepower, you're gonna feel it even in the city or driving on the highway. Overall consumption, based on my experience of this car, is around 7.5 liters in the city. Outside on the highway it will be around 5.5, 6 liters, but it depends on the speed that you have. By taking in consideration that at Nissan everything costs money, especially in the Nissan Note, even the parking sensors from front and from the rear of the car are an additional option for which you need to pay. So in this case, for this car especially, we have the front parking sensors, 4 of the kind in front and 4 parking sensors in the rear of the car. Because it's a new model of the Nissan Note and it's the XD gas, you have a lot of chrome as you see here in front. You have a new grille, redesigned grille. What I'm seeing right now staying right next to the previous model. The lights are the same, but if you take in consideration the new redesigned grille and the additional chrome that they applied here, you think that the lights are newer than the previous model, but they are not. The Nissan Note is coming with front parking sensors, it's coming with front camera, the camera from the driver's side, the camera from the passenger side, and one camera from the rear side. So in the end it has 4 cameras that's giving you the 360 degrees all around view of the car. It's helping you to park very precise. And during the parking, just to know that you can choose each camera individually in order to help you with your parking. One of the important features of the Nissan Note XD gas package is the keyless entry. You have this keyless entry, unfortunately only in front from the driver's side and from the passenger side. But Nissan wouldn't be Nissan if they didn't make it the keyless entry as the previous models or the old type of the keyless entry. If you remember from my first car review of the Toyota Auris, there's no key. You just put your hands and the door will open. Here, unfortunately, in order to open the door, you need to press the button and the car will be open. And it's the same when you're going outside and leaving the car. You just need to press the button and the car will be locked. In order to not be so harsh with the Nissan, I'm gonna say thank you Nissan for providing Nissan Note with the button on the luggage door. Basically, when you're pressing the button, you can open the door, and for the car, for all 5 doors, and as well when you're leaving the car, you're just pressing the button, and the car will be locked. Except for the parking sensors, the car also is coming with the rear camera, but it's not a simple camera. It's with a parking assist line. When you're turning your wheel, the car will show you the direction where the car will be going, and this will help you to park precise and fast.
Let me tell you more about the interior or the front space of the Nissan Note XDS. First, because it's a 2017 model year, you have a new steering wheel. I could say that it looks more sporty and more interesting than the previous one. Fortunately, this steering wheel doesn't have all the controls available on it. Because if you remember, I said everything at Nissan costs money, every additional options. It is a problem for me? No, it is not, because the multimedia system is not far away from my hand. If you see it here, like it's easy, it can be touched and changed to FM radio or to the Bluetooth or whatever I want to do on the multimedia system. The car has a start-stop button and it's very easy to start the car. The keys can be in your pocket and you're just pressing the button and the car will start by itself. And when you want to stop the car, you just press again the button and the car will stop. Everywhere where you check, it's a cheap hard plastic. You cannot bend it, like it's here it's a cheap plastic in front of the doors, like in front it's a cheap plastic, on the glove box cheap plastic, on the cheap plastic, here is cheap plastic, in front on the cup holders a cheap plastic, everywhere is cheap plastic. They try to address the thing with the front part of the panel, and if you see, this is a shiny, very shiny piece of the plastic. But unfortunately, Nissan didn't think that if you're living in a country like Cyprus where you have a lot of dust, this shiny piece of plastic will show every time all the dust that is coming from outside inside of the car, and also the remaining fingers. If you want to feel pretty, Nissan also think about that in the package of Nissan Note XDS. By example, if you take the Mazda Demio, the simple package, and as well the Nissan Note X, most probably will not have any mirrors for the passenger side in front or for the driver side. So this package do include that. If you see here, all the interior seats are not leather, they are fabric. The fabric that is in two color tone. And it is practical, and most probably it will be the best decision to have in a car. So in order to make you to look a little bit classy, they mounted in the doors the material. This white material is the same fabric material that you have on your seats. You have a color cockpit that is divided in 1, 2, 3, 4 zones. You have the same usual rev dial, you have the speed dial, as well you have two board computers. One is providing you with the basic information related to average speed, average consumption, how many kilometers do you have until the next full up of the tank. The second computer will provide you with information related to how many kilometers does the car drove, in what position your gearbox is it right now, and what temperature is outside of the car. This car have, not sure about the others. One most probably the previous Japanese owner installed by himself, or at the Nissan they installed it. They solved the issue of the Bluetooth speaking, like hands-free, with the help of the microphone. Right here in front of the steering wheel, you'll have a small microphone that you're gonna see it, and it will be pointed directly to your mouth. If to make a comparison with the Toyota Auris that have the same hands-free Bluetooth connectivity, there you'll not see any microphones mounted anywhere. So the car also have additional features like from the high-end cars or the newest cars on the market. Auto off or I-stop engine option. Basically that means that it will stop by itself, and in this case the engine will not be working and will not consume the petrol. I do remember a test from the 5th gear about the fuel consumption based on the I-stop technology, and indeed this I-stop technology will help you to add around 15-20, so basically around 20 kilometers additionally with the same fuel consumption as a car without an I-stop technology. But there is a drawback, and that's why sometimes like I'm pressing the button to shut down this feature. It is related to air conditioner. When you're staying at a traffic light and the engine is stopping based on the iStop technology, the air conditioning is also stopping, so the compressor is turning off. So if it's hot outside, as by example in Cyprus, sometimes during summer it can go up to 45 and 50 degrees, it'll be an issue because you'll be staying in the car, but will blow you only air without using the air conditioning.
So what do I mean by stop, you know? So you see, the engine is stopped, the compressor is not working, air conditioning is blowing air, but it's not so cold as previously. But
to make a comparison with our even lower cost cars, it has a braking system assistant. Nissan Note scored at the Japanese similar as Euro NCAP 122.6 points from 126 points of the braking system. It's working nearly perfect, like at least 99% from 100. Here you can adjust your lights only manually. You have 3 positions that will help you to direct the lights in front of your car. As in Toyota Auris, the car have a lane assist. What about the space where you can put your small things everywhere? Except for the glove box that is divided in 2 compartments. If you see the upper side compartment, you can put some small things like glasses and maybe your antiseptic. And also the second compartment where you can put all the documentation related to the car. By the way, this car came with the original documentation of the previous owner from the Nissan. I cannot say that it's very big, but the second compartment is also divided in 2 compartments. So on one compartment you can put your documents, in the second compartment you can put other small things, and as well in the remaining part of the glove box, of the second compartment glove box, you can put wherever things you want, because I'm more than sure that will fit everything if it's necessary. Also in front, in the driver's side, you have a small compartment here, a bigger compartment under the steering wheel. They have a space here, right under the climate control. Doesn't have an armrest. And it doesn't matter what kind of car. I'm not sure, maybe in the European version they have an armrest depending on the price point that you are ready to pay for the Nissan Note, previous Nissan Note, because all of them are discontinued already in Europe, including in the United States from 2019. But in Japan you don't have armrest on the Nissan Note XZ. For this you need to most probably go on the AliExpress and order additional armrest, and you can install it by yourself in this specific area that we have here in front between the front seats. But if you not install an armrest, in this case you can use it as well as a deposit box for small things, for your glasses or for any other things as I do right now. For even longer roads it will be an issue, but for driving from city to city it is okay. You can rest your hands on your steering wheel while you're driving. The gearbox is a CVT gearbox, not a robot. To take in consideration the Toyota Auris that I have, I really love the CVT because of the smoothness of moving the car forward. The gearbox have the same driving modes as parking, reverse, neutral, driving, and low gear mode. Not sure why Nissan mounted in this gearbox a low gear mode, but thank you Nissan for this. If somehow in the future I'm gonna tell someone, I think this thing, it will be a very good option to have for that time. But until then, okay, I'm not using it. It has an eco mode and a sport mode. The sport mode is like a sport mode. That means that if you're pressing the sport mode, the car will not shift higher than the 3rd gear in the gearbox. So it's giving you a way of feeling of the sport, but in reality it's just a false marketing option. But I'm not sure that you need it, but okay, it is included in the option of the Nissan Note XZ. The car also have an eco mode. For the XZ, for the medalist option, you have this eco mode. For the Nissan Note X, you don't have it. Most probably you're gonna have some fuel economy, and if to combine it with the iStop technology, yes, the fuel economy most probably will be better than driving in a normal mode. But take in consideration that your acceleration will not be so smooth. What I'm saying, not that it will not drive or it will not move. No, when you're gonna press the acceleration, it will take some time for the car to have your decided speed. And also the gearbox will be more lazy in moving the gear. If you're gonna use it, Nissan also took this in consideration, and this multimedia color cockpit, you have the blue color that will appear and will be greeting you and will show you that right now you're driving eco and you're helping the planet using less gas and in the end having less CO2 emissions per kilometer. Here we have two standard cup holders. You are not able to change their sizes. By example, for this type of cups, it will be plenty of space to put it inside, or even cup of coffees, even smaller size, it will be okay. But what about the door holders? Unfortunately, here Nissan made a big mistake, or at least they didn't, they made a big economy on them, because here you have the same size cup holders as in the middle, and sometimes even for this cup, it will be an issue to mount your things here. Like I'm fitting them. But if I want to fit a bigger bottle, it will be impossible. So more or less, I'm thinking that this door holders, you're gonna use them as a garbage. Shape, and they are made very simple, economical, and Nissan made big economy on them. And if to take in consideration that the Nissan with Renault and Mitsubishi they are paying for the same technology, even if they are contract with a gray color plastic, most probably you're gonna see the same air vents in the Dacia Duster, Dacia Logan, Dacia Sandero, in some Mitsubishi. The climate control is made in an unusual way. It's not the simple dials, and in this case you'll have the round shape made climate control, where you can easily press any button available related to air conditioning to change the mode, to change the speed, to turn it off, or even use the vents for the front window and the rear window that will help to defrost it during the winter. The climate control, you have the small screen that will show you the degrees that you want to have inside of your car. About the multimedia system, if you remember, I told you that Nissan, Renault and Mitsubishi, they are all paying for the same development of the car, and as well they have interchangeable parts between the cars. So by example, here in this Nissan Note XDCAS, we have the multimedia system that is provided by the Mitsubishi Electric. And I'm not saying that is bad, it's a very good one. You can easily press all the buttons available. You have the FM radio, you have the AM radio, you have the Bluetooth, you have the also the hands-free Bluetooth for your phone. So if somebody will call you, you can reply, you can answer from your multimedia system without touching your phone, or as well you can call someone directly from the multimedia system. Also, the car has a smart mirror mounted in front. You can use it when you're parking with your car. It will show you all the direction where your steering wheel will go and your car will drive. And as well, you can press the button easily, each button, to see what exactly you are looking for. So if you want to park in front, if you want to park in back, or so next to you, what is happening. How you can use also the magic mirror while you're driving and you're transporting bigger things that have bigger volume, and your eye of sight is blocked and you cannot see what is happening right behind your car while driving. So in this case, you just use the magic mirror feature. You just make it like this, and voila, you have the camera on, and in this case you can see whatever is happening while you're driving in real time directly from your camera. So what about the back seat's legroom? If you remember, I'm 1.85 meters long, and right now I'm staying right behind my driving position. So you could see that for my legroom I have plenty. It's more than enough for a long trip. Front seats are a little bit elevated, so you have also plenty of space for your legroom to go under the front seat, and Believe me, for long distances you have plenty of space in the back seat and you're gonna feel yourself calm. One more feature, even if I'm moving the front seat until the end, I will still have enough space for my legroom. If you see here, it's around this size, like, and as well plenty of room space under the chair. And car is coming with two ISOFIX from the driver's side and from the passenger side. Doors, what I love about the Nissan Note is the doors are coming on 90 degrees, so even for a bigger car seat as this, you can fix it without any issues and very fast. Why do I love the back seats of the Nissan Note XDS? Because of my kid. She really loves the car because for the space that the car is offering and how she can move inside of the car. Do you remember at the beginning of the video I also told you that with the Nissan everything is funny, or at least like it's not so simple. You see this thing, this is called tonneau cover. It's not coming as a base option for the car when you're buying a stock one. This one costs money. So the previous owner, in the end, he paid the money to have this tonneau cover that is helping you to hide all the things that you have in your luggage. But if you need this tonneau cover, you take it out. And it's not so simple to take it out, and you can throw it away or leave it home. What about the boot size? At the beginning of the video I said that Nissan Note is offering the best class inside interior size and as well the boot size. So how do you think for this small car, compact hatchback or minivan as they call it in the United States, how many liters or capacity liters the boot size has? Here we have 411 liters available. If you are putting, and this is only the seats up, but if you are putting down your back seats, in this case you're gonna have the overall boot size of 1495 overall liters available for you to transport anything that you're gonna need. Maybe, I don't know, like even part of your house if it's necessary. And also the seats cannot be moved further. In order to put down the back seats of the Nissan Note, it's very simple. You're just pushing the lever there, this one here, and voila, it's over. But you have a small issue. The space is not flat or floor that you can have on Nissan Note, and unfortunately you're not gonna find it very often because it is considered not as important feature for the car. The insulation or sound insulation of the car. Basically, if to say it like in the true form as it right now, you have some insulation. It's not so bad, but in the same time it's not enough. So when you're driving on the road, as I'm doing it right now, you can, in front you're gonna hear less noise than from the back seats. When you're in the back seats of the car, you're gonna have more noise that are coming from the wheels and as well that are coming from the outside. So the compressor on the engine that I have here, I was thinking that most probably it's working the same as a turbocharged engine, but no, it's not the same. Even it's giving more air to the engine. Turbo on the car is working more efficient than the compressor. So by example, if I'm pressing the acceleration to the top, you see, it takes some time, a turbo lag. There's the turbo lag even at compressor. Does the car feel fast? Well, until the moment when you try to check how fast it will get to 100 kilometers, because officially it's around 11 seconds. In reality, by my testing, it's around 14 seconds. If you're pressing very fast the acceleration,
It has a turbo lag, and after testing I had like 19 seconds for the car to reach the 100 kilometers per hour. So basically with this car it will not help just press the acceleration and it will go fast. No, you need to slowly fast pressing the acceleration, but in a calm manner. So how the stop works, you see the engine is turned off, and in this case we make an economy on the fuel consumption. And when we need to start, we just lift our leg and we move. Let me tell you about the experience of driving the Nissan Note XD gas from 2017. The overall experience is nice, but you see difference from the previous car review. As you know, the Toyota Auris is much wider than the Nissan Note, and when you're driving on the road you kind of feel it if you try to move around, like with the fast moving of the steering wheel. Let me give you an example. Let's say right now if you're driving straight, after the car will pass, yeah, let me show you, like if you're moving your wheel, it's a strange body roll. Okay, it will keep its balance, but the body roll will be higher than in the Toyota Auris that I just reviewed. The 98 horsepower, it's enough for the car to move it, but okay, I would love to have Nissan Note Nismo. This is and the sport category of the Nissan. So if you have you can have a standard version as this one, but you also can have the version that is supercharged with additional power, and instead of 98 or 79 as the standard one, and instead of 98 horsepower as this one, you're gonna have around 140 horsepower. In this case, the car will cost more money. This is why I consider that the Nissan Note XD gas should be considered by the new drivers that want to drive a new car and in the end to be sure that they'll not be scratched. And the Nissan Note XD gas will help you out with this, with all the parking sensors and the 360 degrees cameras. And as well, the Nissan Note XD gas should be considered by the family for the family trips because of the boot space and because of the interior space the car can offer overall. Hi all, welcome to my home improvised studio. Here I'm gonna tell you all the information that I forgot to tell you in the video about the interior, exterior, maybe some other pluses and minuses of a car. And also I'm gonna reply to all your questions that you asked in the previous week. So stay tuned and let's go. The first question that I received this week, it is not about this car. It is related to the car owners in Cyprus and their habits. So the question is like, how often do the car owners here in Cyprus modify their engines in order to be able to use, instead of petrol and diesel, the gas? I'm more than sure that no, here in Cyprus the car owners do not practice the car modification for the engines, especially for using the gas instead of petrol and diesel. Like for right now, for this day when this video was filmed, on the car market was sold around 4 cars with modified engines that will be able to use as well the gas. So based on that statistic, we can consider that no, in Cyprus they do not practice this. The second question was about the car, and it was about the fuel consumption and how much it will consume per 100 kilometers or 60 miles. Based on my overall experience, the car right now is using around 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city. On the highway it will be even less, it will be around from 5 until 6 liters per 100 kilometers, but of course it depends on the speed that you're gonna have. The third question was not about the car, it was about the percent of female drivers and men drivers here in Cyprus. Based on our overall experience, me and my wife, and what we saw until right now, even we don't have a clear statistic about the percentage of women and
men driving on the Cyprus road. We saw that in average for 3 people you'll have 2 women driving different cars and 1 man. So overall sometimes we're thinking like there are around 70% women drivers and only 30% men, and it's very different from other countries because here women are not afraid to drive. The 4th question is again related about the car. So it was about the visibility, and I didn't tell you any information in the video about that because I really forgot, so thank you for the question. The visibility in Nissan Note is great. That's why most probably in United States the Nissan Note or the Nissan Note Verso is considered like as a mini MPV. Because of the visibility is very similar to a SUV, even if you're not so high as a SUV, but you still have the same visibility. How it feels driving it? Steering wheel move faster than a Toyota Auris. The steering wheel is fast, and sometimes when you're driving on the road you cannot feel the feedback from the road. But this is not an issue. In the end you see where you're driving, so I think you can understand that you need to turn your wheel. If to make a comparison with Toyota Auris, the Toyota Auris has an electronic steering wheel, but in Toyota the steering is heavier than in Nissan. And my wife, by example, she likes the heavy steering more than the light steering in Nissan. Another question is like, does the car require much space to park it? Actually no, this is a compact hatchback. Take in consideration that you have the 360 degrees camera that will help in your parking, and as well the parking sensors in front and in the back of the camera that in the end will make your life as much as easy as possible in order to not be afraid to park anywhere, even in a tight space. Another question was about, it is easy to use the camera on the mirror, in the magic mirror, or easier to use the camera screen for parking? Well, here we have 2 different opinions. Me and my wife are thinking differently about that. I'm already used with the magic mirror and I really love it because in the end when you're parking you're looking for all your mirrors, even from the left side, right side, and as well the mirror that you have right next in front of you. For my wife, at least until today, maybe in the future this one will change and she'll be thinking differently after using the car on a day-by-day basis, but now she's more used and she likes more the camera that is inside of the multimedia, like on the control panel and not in this magic mirror. For now, this is all. Thank you very much for being with me here right now in my home improvised YouTube studio. Please post your comments below in the comment section about your thoughts and what you think about this format of the video and if you like it in the end. And as well, let's keep in touch because in a few days we're gonna have the next video car review of the BMW Z4 2.8i version in M package. Hit like, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell in order not to miss any new videos. Thank you guys one more time and goodbye.